Right now on News 13, a look at the work underway to bring more visitors to the Grand Strand and attract new Horry County residents. Plus, one local doctor wants to raise awareness about the high number of child drownings along the Grand Strand.
Coverage you can count on at 6 starts now.
The sister of Lindsey Graham was sworn in this afternoon to complete the term of the late U.S. Senator from South Carolina after his sudden death this past weekend. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Gabby Jonas in for Adriana Lawrence. Darlene Graham took the oath of office in Capitol Hill today after being appointed yesterday by Governor McMaster.
And that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter. So help you God.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Darlene Graham most recently served on South Carolina's Commission for the Blind. She will finish out her brother's term, which ends in January. The late senator was up for re-election this year, and the jockeying has begun to replace the name of the November ballot. South Carolina's 5th District Congressman Ralph Norman said he may throw his hat in the ring. Meanwhile, sources tell CBS News President Trump privately showed interest in backing South Carolina's 7th District Congressman Russell Fry. We asked Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evett if she would be interested in running for the seat.
You know, I've said this, it hurt my heart on Saturday, the wee hours of Sunday morning, to hear how quickly people, instead of talking about the senator's legacy, were talking about what was coming next. And I have taken, these days to put politics aside and to focus on the senator. And that's what I'll continue to do for a while.
And you can watch our full interview with Lieutenant Governor right now on our WBTW Plus app. And we also spoke with Darlington County Coroner Todd Hardy about his longtime relationship with the late senator.
One thing you could know about Senator Graham, if he told you something, you could carve it at the bottom of your shoe. Now, he wasn't one to blow smoke. If he wasn't going to do it, he'd tell you right now, that's not getting ready to happen. But if he told you it was going to happen, it did.
And a one-week filing period for the special Republican primary will start next Tuesday. The special primary is set for August 11th. The winner will face Democrat Annie Andrews in the November general election. And a shooting in the Longs area sent 3 people to the hospital. Horry County police say it happened late last night on Bombing Range Road. And authorities say detectives found a number of shell casings in the area, but did not give any other details. The 3 people who were shot are expected to be okay. Anyone with information is asked to call the Horry County PD. And a wreck in Florence County killed 1 person. It happened around 11:45 last night on Old Georgetown Road near Vaux Highway west of Johnsonville. The Highway Patrol says a driver headed south on Old Georgetown Road ran off the road and the car rolled over several times. The driver was the only person in the car. Their name has not been officially released. An ER doctor with the Grand Strand spoke with future doctors and Myrtle Beach Fire Department employees about the pediatric drownings in our area. She says the Grand Strand has some of the highest rates of these incidents in the country. Well, News 13's Morgan Baker is live tonight in Myrtle Beach. And Morgan, you spoke with a doctor, and what did they have to say about these incidents?
Gabby, I spoke with Dr. Stephanie Radu, who says in a year, typically they see at least 10 deaths in children under 10 related to drowning. Dr. Stephanie Radu met Tuesday with Myrtle Beach Fire Department employees and Grand Strand Health's future doctors to discuss the impact of pediatric drownings in our area. She says so far this year they've seen fewer deaths, but have continued to see the same amount of children for submersion-related injuries.
It's super important to recognize the significance of pediatric drownings that we have in Myrtle Beach. I'd say that we're probably in the top 3, top 5 cities in the country for pediatric drownings. The more that we learn, the more that we teach and spread this information in our community means that perhaps we can save kids' lives in the water.
Radu says these incidents can happen anywhere from the ocean to swimming pools and even retention ponds, where she says they've seen a lot of incidents. She says children on the autism spectrum face an even higher risk of drowning because they are more likely to wonder and are often attracted to water.
I'd say upwards 60% of the deaths that we're seeing under 18 are in kids that are on that neuroatypical spectrum, which really highlights our interest in raising awareness in this population.
To help prevent tragedies, Radu encourages families to assign a designated water watcher, learn bystander CPR, enroll children in swim lessons, and make sure that children who need it have the proper gear.
Always making sure that kids who might have medical conditions or who aren't strong swimmers do have a Coast Guard approved life jacket. Floaties are toys, they are not safety devices.
To find swim classes for your children, you can reach out to your local YMCA or recreation center. Reporting live in Myrtle Beach, Morgan Baker, News 13.
Morgan, thank you. And one man in the PED says he's thankful to be alive after he and several others got trapped inside their cars when a severe storm brought down utility poles and power lines. News 13's Eric Cooper reports on the ordeal.
Jared Miles says that he is thankful that he and others trapped by power lines made it out safely, but he says it's what he did before his ordeal that he is here to tell the story.
So that was that morning. I went out to church. I don't normally go to church often, but I went to church that morning on my way home and decided to grab a bite to eat. And it was a little bit off the beaten path and was coming back, and that's when it all happened.
Miles says he was trapped inside his car for more than an hour, watching and wondering what was happening around him. But years as a truck driver kept him calm.
I was always taught to expect the unexpected and always drive with caution. I'm a very cautious driver.
He showed where his car was damaged from one of the wires landing on top and just barely missed having a pole come through the top of the car on the driver's side.
An electric pole ahead of me, it bent and then it snapped and fell. As it fell, the pole next to me, I could see out of the corner of my eye through my passenger side window, was falling as well, and I could see the wires coming down. And I threw the car into reverse. Thank the Lord that nobody was behind me. Thank the Lord that it did not go into park, because that was a quick reaction. I definitely know the Lord's with me. And apparently I'm not the only one. He was with everybody that day.
Rescue officials want to remind everyone to use extreme caution during and after severe weather events, and downed power lines should always be considered energized and dangerous. Reporting in Florence, Eric Cooper, News 13.
Well, it's game day in the 2026 FIFA World Cup, but 3 teams now remain after today's semifinal in Dallas. We caught up with soccer fans at the Boathouse in Horry County as they watched Spain and France battle it out to get to the final 2.
Just because of the World Cup, it happens every 4 years. I'm from Florida, Miami, but I was raised in Peru, so soccer is one of the main sports going on there. So they didn't make it, obviously, but and Colombia was done. So I'm going for France.
Well, France it is. Unfortunately for that fan, Spain beat France 2-0 today. And tomorrow, England faces Argentina in Atlanta, so the winner of tomorrow's game will square off with Spain in the finals. Well, next on News 13, you'll hear from local farmers about how they're dealing with ongoing drought conditions across our state. And Frank has your accurate forecast coming up with News 13 local coverage you can count on. We'll be back in just a few minutes.